But God is one of those phrases that shows up in scripture over and over again. And when it does, it's to display how God intervenes in ways that only a God of inconceivable power and might could, to completely flip circumstances on their head on behalf of his people. But God gives us hope. But God tells us that sin and brokenness is not the end of our stories. But God tells us that it is God that has the last word in our lives. One of the most powerful but God moments in all of Scripture, I believe, is in Ephesians 2, where it says that we were dead in our trespasses and sins. We were following the course of this world. We were living out the passions and the desires of the flesh, and we were by nature children of wrath. Then it says, but God, being rich in mercy because of the great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in our trespasses and sins, made us alive together with God, and by his grace he has saved us. Before the mercy of God found us, we were doomed to utter destruction. We were in a full-on rebellion against God. We were literally spiraling downward in our depravity, headed to hell under the rule of Satan himself. We were not simply marred or broken. We were completely lifeless, without even the slightest inclination towards holiness. But God loved us way too much to give us what we rightfully deserved. But God sent his son who provided a way for us out of sin's dominion. And now we get to walk in the freedom that Christ purchased for us with his very own body. We were indeed rich in sin and rich in rebellion, but God was richer in mercy. And this is really, really good news. It's an anthem worth singing. This is a story worth telling and retelling over and over again to every single person who will listen. Our rescue has come, our freedom has been purchased, our hope is secured, and all of the wreckage of our choices have been fashioned to life by the mercy of God.